Hello everybody. How's everybody today? Of course it's Friday. It's time to talk about the movies I I watched this week. Yeah, it's that time. It's nice here. I got my air conditioner on, so I'm cool. Everything's fine and dandy. So let's talk about the movies. Alright. I watched Muscle Beach Party. Yeah, Muscle Beach Party. You know, with Annette, you know, and Frankie. They're down at the beach. This is the one where the muscle guys move in next door, right? Yeah. It's a fun movie. A lot of lousy music, you know. But Don Rickles is in it, doing Don Rickles. Yeah, they're dancing, swimming in the water and doing all this crazy shit. And the regular Muscle Beach Party movies, there's not much to talk about. Well, I watched that. I give it a 6 out of 10. That's all it gets. It was fun. I remember back in the day when I was younger, I went to the show and seen all these, well, most of them, beach party movies. That's what you did when you were a kid, back in 63, 64. It's the thing to do. Believe it or not, most of the time you go there, that's who was there, all those young kids. You know, 13 and 14-year-olds, stuff like that, whatever. Saturday night, downtown show. Alright, so I gave that a 6. Fun movie. I also watched Roger's movie here, Movie Time, Crave TV here. I watched, for again, I don't know how many times I watched this. I think this is the 5th time. Yeah, Once Upon a Time Ago in America. You know, Brad Pitt, you know, DiCaprio, an actor and his buddy try to keep pace with the entertainment industry in the 1960s. Probably 66 or 67, 69, stuff like that, whatever. But it's just a fun movie. I gave that an 8. I always give it an 8, so it gets an 8. Yeah. Tarantino. Of course it's Tarantino. And I also watched on movie Crave TV here in Toronto. I watched Ad Astra with Brad Pitt, Tommy Lee Jones. He's an astronaut and he gets to travel to the outer edges of the solar system, wherever the hell that is. The solar system is 3 dots and so on, which means forever. Go on forever. You can't stop. So wherever the end of that is, who knows? It's good. I liked it. I thought it was interesting, right? Out in outer space and rocket ships and all that kind of stuff. Fun movie. Gets an 8, 2019. Yeah, Brad Pitt. It's alright. It's a good story. I liked it. Alright, what else did I watch? Murder by Contract on TCM. A hired killer attempts to murder a heavily guarded government witness. It's a girl. It's a girl. He has to kill her. He doesn't know it. That's who he's going to kill. He doesn't find that out until later. Right? So he's never killed a girl before. Vince Edwards, you know, that guy that went on to play a doctor in a TV show. What's his name? What the hell was his name? Early 60s. Vince Edwards. Wasn't Dr. Kildare. No, that was the other guy. Anyway, that gets a 6 out of 10. TCM. It's not bad. Film noir. It's slow. It's real slow. I don't know what else to say about it. It gets a 6. Vince Edwards. Yeah. Alright, what else? What was that? 19, did I say what year? 1959, yeah. I also watched Rio Bravo, right? Rio Bravo. Of course, it's John Wayne, Dean Martin, and Ricky Nelson. You know, some guy kills some guy, shoots him in the stomach and kills him. They throw him in jail. Dean Martin's a drunk. You know the story. Gets a 7. Always gets a 7, Rio Bravo. Nothing great and not that too bad. So it's just a good movie that you can watch and watch again if you want to. Gets a 7. John Wayne. Ricky Nelson. And I also watched The Butler. This one here, The Butler. Yeah, I watched The Butler. Talked about this one on another video I did. This was 2013. I went to the show and seen this one when it came out downtown. Yeah, that gets an 8. Very good story. Very interesting. They take a little leeway with history, you know, and a couple of things in here happen in a different way, but, you know, it's a regular type story that you get, you know. So neat. That's the Butler. I also watched the Poseidon Adventure. Yeah. It's New Year's Eve. They're on board this cruise ship. The party, right? The party's starting. Anyway, they get word that there's a tidal wave coming, big wave, right? So yeah, big wave's coming. So anyway, happens the wave hits and it tips the boat over, right? It's upside down now. So the people in, you know, top of the boat are now at the bottom, though, and they got to work their way up to the top, right? So a lot of people stayed where they were. They weren't going to go. But it stars Gene Hackman. He did a very good job in this, Gene Hackman. Yeah. And Stella Stevens, she looked nice. And Ernest Borgnine did a good job too. Some other people, but you know, I don't try not to make these movie videos too long. But yeah, I gave it an 8. It's a good movie. You can watch this one again. It's a great movie. The Poseidon Adventure, trying to reach their way to the bottom of the ship. Fruit fly in my face. All right. Also watched Star Wars. The Force Awakens, 2015, I think. Sad. It's a sad ending, and we all know what happens at the end. I thought I got a little teary-eyed. But it's alright. I gave it a 7. It's okay. It's a good movie. You can watch that again, too. These are Star Wars movies. You can watch them over and over again. It's alright. Star Wars, The Force Awakens. Yeah. Gets a 7. Alright, what else did I watch? Crime in the Streets, TCM, 1956. 3 punks decide to murder someone. John Cassavetes is a teenager. He doesn't look like a teenager. He's supposed to be 18 years old. He looks like he's 28. One of those movies. Yeah, it's from a play, and it still looks like a play when you're watching on TV. Yeah, and James Whitmore's in it. He's a social worker. He's roaming around. He has some kind of a storefront thing they play pool in. The kids hang around and shit like that. He tries to talk to them. And yeah, Sal Mineo is a punk kid. He looks like a punk kid. He looks to be the right age. I don't know how old he was when he did this, but he looks like a kid. So he got by on it. But directed by Don Siegel. So yeah, I gave it a 6. Yeah, you know, if you've seen it once, you don't have to do it again. It's one of those movies. It's alright. Nothing to write home about, eh? Just a 6. I thought there'd be a little bit more, but it's the same, takes place on the same side of the street and goes from a malt shop to his apartment, Cassavetes' apartment with his mom and his younger brother, you know, and sitting on the, what is it, the balcony or something. It's, I don't know. It's alright. Kind of boring, slow, but that's it for that one. I wouldn't watch that again. And I also watched Crave TV here in Toronto. I watched, what did I watch? I watched Star Trek, The Undiscovered Country, right? 1991. Yep. The crew discovers a conspiracy that could derail peace talks. This is the original cast, the last movie in that series, right? They're all in the movie. They're all old. You can tell they're getting old. They don't look as old as me, but they're getting old. They could be as old as me then when they did this. But yeah, they're all in it, right? So it's all right. It's a Star Trek movie. An 8. I give it an 8. Man, you can watch that one again too if you want to. I think I got it someplace. I'm not sure, but it was on Crave TV, so I gave it a watch. It was on what's on, so I watched it. It's good. Everybody's in it. Also, what else did I watch? I watched Across 110th Street. This was on Crave TV too. Also, 1972. 2 cops plus the mob's hitmen hunt down 3 murderous gunmen who stole $300,000, right, from the mob. So the mob's in this, I guess, apartment. Right, and then they're counting money. You know, they're counting money, all this money, right? Adding it all up, right? and these two cops come knocking at the door, right? And they're knocking at the door, and they're, who is it? And they come in, and they're not really cops. They got a fucking machine gun, right? So one thing leads to another, as I always say, right? And yeah, things get a little carried away. He lets loose with the machine gun, blows them all away. Couple of white guys, couple of black guys, you know, shoot them all. They grab up the money and they run like hell in a suitcase, with the suitcase full of money down the stairs. They get outside, the real cops show up, and they blast some of them away too. So this movie, you get to see the cops chasing these guys. You see the hitman, the mobster's hitman, which is Tony, what's his name, Tony Franciosa? Yeah, he's the mob's hitman. He's looking for them. And two cops, Anthony Quinn, right? A white cop and a black cop, right? Yaphet, what's his name? Koto, K-O-T-T-O. They're looking for them too, right? So it's a pretty interesting movie. I've never seen it before. Never seen it before. Across 110th Street, 1972. I gave that an 8. That one kept going along at a pretty good pace. It wasn't slow at all. It just kept moving along. So I watched that. That was good. I also watched Captain America. Yes, Captain America, the first Avenger. Chris Evans and Tommy Lee Jones. Now this, I don't know if you all know, but I presume you all know, this is a little different from the comic book, right? Because in the comic book, when the comic book came out, what, 63, 64, about Captain America being found in the ice, right? There was no Bucky Barnes, right? Bucky Barnes in this movie is Captain America's buddy, right? And friend and stuff. He's already in the army or going into the army. So, you know, they take a little leeway in changing things around. But, you know, it's for the movies and stuff. I understand it and get it and all that, right? But I always wonder, the special effects, how they got Chris Evans to look so thin, right? Skinny, with a small little shorty look type of guy. And he looks like he weighs 120 pounds or something. But I always found that when I watch this movie, I find it interesting, right? That he's so small and scrawny looking and shit like that. But he wants to join the army, so he keeps going around to all these places, right? Trying to get into the army. But anyway, so he gets to be put in an experiment, right? So they do their experiment on him, and they make him into a soldier, right? Like a soldier, nice, big, huge. No, well, I shouldn't say huge, but a muscle guy. You know, somebody that looks really nice. Yeah, he looks really nice. So he becomes Captain America. But they take a little leeway with the history from the comic books and turn it into a movie. But you know, that's what they do nowadays. They don't stick to the originality of the comic books. They change things around a little bit, which I understand. So I thought it was a very good movie. This is one of the movies that it's not too crazy. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not too crazy. So, you know, he runs around. He fights. You know, the Hydra, right? That's Hydra. That's what it's supposed to be. You know, the Red Skrull and stuff like that. And we all know where that came from. Most of these, you know, comic book people, comic book guys, the nerds, they all understand Captain America's original Captain America, like from the 30s, right, and 40s and stuff like that. And then when he came into Avengers comics, number 4, right, with the Avengers, and Captain America, he gets found in a submarine. I think it's a submarine, and he's frozen, right, stuff like that. But that's a long story. So, Captain America, the first Avenger, 2011, gets a big 8 from Bob. And I watched one more movie this week, which has to do with the grumpy old gentleman on film, and it's Charade, right? So I watched that too. So it's Cary Grant and Audrey Hepburn. I talked about that on another video, so I watched that one too. So that's what I watched this week. You know, short and sweet video. Yeah. So there you go, people. I hope everybody's staying safe. You know, everybody's safe and sound, and staying at home and wearing your mask. And yeah, I wear my mask when I go outside, put it on the way I go. Most places where you go nowadays, you have to wear a mask. Even buses and the subway now, they're calling for everybody to wear a mask. You can't get on the bus or subway if you're not wearing a mask. So, not that I have no need to get on the bus yet, but yeah, that's what's happening here. But things are, for some reason, they look like things are getting a little bit better, but this virus has not gone away, right? It's still out there. So anyway, I hope you all have a great week, and I hope you all have a fathers, I should say fathers, all you fathers out there that have kids and big kids and little kids, and have a great Sunday. Happy Father's Day. And keep watching those movies. Until next week, happy trails to you.